Why, hello there. Hi. It is I, Jeffrey Lee Cheatham II, and I am back. Sorry about missing last week. It's been very busy in a good way. Very busy in a good way, but we're going to get back to this beautiful nonsense known as the Seattle Urban. Oops, I'm thinking about the wrong business. Thinking about Seattle dating scene is trash. I got to organize my life a little bit better than that. We're back to the beautiful nonsense known as the Seattle dating scene is trash. I am your host, Jeffrey Lee Cheatham II, and I've missed y'all, even though it's been a week. You know, I missed you guys. I really did. I really did. So, tonight's topic is gonna be about. I'm almost done, you guys. I, I I'm I'm trying. I can't do this anymore. Like, even though I'm the one that created the Seattle dating scene is trash, but it is really it's awful. It's awful. And mind you, I haven't been on a date in a while, but I'm talking about I'm so I'm hypersensitive to even initiate going on dates now. It's the initial conversations I'm having with women, it's just like I remember telling you guys a couple of weeks ago, the last time I was able to air this, that I spoke to a woman who wanted to use me as a science experiment because she's a part of a birth control trial and she needed to have sex with a man for 13 to 15 months and just for science purposes. And I told you that I intentionally stood her up on a date. So since that time, which was about 2 weeks ago, I, got back on Hinge and the conversations I'm almost done. I'm about to become reclusive. I'm about to just become a nun. I mean, I don't know if there aren't any male nuns, are there? No. Uh Priest, no, I can't be a priest. I'm about to just wrap it up, man, and just hang up my player boots and just get out the way and let you guys frolic in the dating scene. So this is what happened. And in the chat, I did drop the link. So if you want to join on, please feel free to join the conversation. So I was, you know, DMing this woman that I met on Hinge, and I think she was Brazilian and black. I think Brazilian and black. It was good initial conversation. How you doing? How was your day? The filling out process that we all do when we go on dating apps. And then, one day she messages me and says, Jeff, I have to be completely honest with you. I haven't been all the way open with why I'm on dating apps. And I'm like, okay, another weird one in Seattle, but I'm used to weird people in Seattle. I mean, come on, it's Seattle. There's a bunch of weirdos here. She was like, so I'm actually married, which, if you watch the show, I don't mind being a side adventure, side quest. But she said, my husband's in prison. And I was like, how long is he serving time? And then she says, he's supposed to get out in January of 2024. Okay, so it's about two and some odd change years. Okay. And she was like, and the reason why I'm on dating apps is because I'm trying to get all of my feminine, I forgot what she said. She said that she pretty much she's trying to get all of her hot girl summerness out of her system before her husband gets back. Because her husband was her high school sweetheart. They've been together forever. He got caught up in a scam. She didn't elaborate what kind of scam it was. He got caught up in the scam and he got sentenced to like 3 years, what'd you say? 3 to 5 years. He served 4. He's going to serve 4, and he's getting out in 2024. But all she's known was him. She's never, according to her, because she could be lying. She's dated nobody else. She's slept with nobody else. She's done nothing with nobody else. So the reason why she's on dating apps is for a temporary purpose, and she just want to get all her feminine wiles out before her husband goes to jail, before her husband gets out of jail. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It sounded intriguing because of the whole narrative of it, right? But at the end of the day, I'm really not trying to get shot. I'm not trying to get stabbed. I'm not kind of trying to get jumped. I mean, we all saw what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith when people be playing with when somebody says something about somebody's wife. You don't know how people are going to react to that. And that was the final straw, like almost the final straw for me to just say, forget it. Forget it. I don't want to date no more. I'm almost there. I'm almost like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Sorry. So, the question I want to ask all of you that are watching, and also too for everyone that's watching, can you please help me out? Like, heart, share this video, please help my algorithms because you know how Facebook and Instagram be tripping on the algorithms. But can you guys like, share the algorithms, help my algorithms pop up, please? Please like, heart this. So the question that I wanted to ask you all was, when was the time, and this is for people who are actively dating. If you're actively dating, actively looking for a partner, when was the time that what situation took place that made you nearly give up on finding love? What happened? What happened? What happened to you that made you almost give up on finding love in Seattle? Or not even in Seattle, just in general. What happened? The comments are up. The link to join the conversation is posted on the Seattle Dating Scene is Trash group page and also on my personal page. So yeah, that's the question for today. What happened? What made you almost give up finding love in Seattle? The lines are open now. Let's see here. Yeah, please get the likes up. Heart this, like this. Please share it with your peoples on this lovely. This is actually a nice day outside too. This lovely Friday evening. Oh, and announcement. So Communion Seattle, the hottest restaurant in the city right now, late night returns. So late night's coming back at Communion tonight, and top flight security will be there at the door. So if you want to have a good time or you just want to say what's up, come swing through Communion tonight. But yeah, what situation? What happened? What happened that made you say, F it, I don't want to do this anymore? All the humans that I like have cooties and I don't want to deal with them anymore. What happened? What took place? Because it's because I'm starting to realize the older you get, the more that you lose hope. Because especially if you really abide by the clock ticking, and also just like everything else in life, opportunities dry up. Opportunities dry up. Opportunities always go away if you don't take advantage of them. So if you're somebody that's looking for love or looking for have a healthy dating life, there are moments that can just make you say, I can't do this anymore. Let's see. Is my Facebook freeze? Yeah. Situation because Ever since that, yeah, ever since I intentionally stood up the girl that wanted to use me for a science experiment, I've been thinking of more and more, and it's crazy because I'm in my 30s and yet I'm still growing up, so to speak. It's just crazy thinking about in your 30s how it's just really how you really have to focus and really know what you're looking for out here. When you're young, you can, throw things against the wall to see what sticks more and more than you can. But when you start hitting your 30s, you really got to start looking at life through a different lens. And sometimes it comes with the thought that, dang, have I been wasting my time? Have I really been, you know, have I bypassed the people or the partners that could have gave me what I was asking for, but I didn't give them the chance because of a little nitpick. You know, we do that a lot in our 20s. I'm like looking at it in retrospect, just because somebody didn't look like a celebrity that we were crushing over, or somebody that we try to fit them in a square peg, but they're a circle where we try to fit them in this little box instead of just understanding what we needed for a lifetime, especially for somebody that wants to be married. But when you get older now, when you're older, your patience is thinner, or it should be thinner, or either your patience is thinner or you become more desperate. And there's always instances that happen that make you go down either one of those two paths. So I shared mine. So I'm gonna put the link in there again for those that are watching. Oh shoot, where we at? Oh, there we go. Join the conversation. Put it in there again. Oop, wrong one. There we go. So I shared the link in the Seattle Urban. I keep thinking about my mother. The Seattle Dating Scene is Trash group page. And I'm gonna share it in my personal page. Join me for a conversation. What happened that made you nearly give up on finding love? What went down? And you're now watching Seattle Dating Scene is Trash. I am your host, Jeffrey Lee Cheatham II. And it's a lovely Friday, April Fool's Day. So here we are. Oh, shoot. So yeah, what happened that made you almost give up on love? That's the topic for today's show. Let's see. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So what happened? So that's the question for today. What happened that made you nearly give up on love? I appreciate the three people that are watching right now. I appreciate you. Oh, there you go. My bad. Still trying to figure this system out after a month. Still trying to figure everything out. Hmm. No, I'm sitting here thinking right now, the topic really of fool, I'm almost done. And it comes to like love and relationships is originally it did come from that conversation I had with the woman who said that she wants to get all of her hot girl summer ish out of her system before her husband came home. But as I'm thinking about it now, you know, waiting for people to chime in. If you don't, that's fine. Hmm. I don't know if I want to share this on here. Have you guys ever reached a point, or you feel like you're getting to the point where you're starting to look at your own life through a clear lens? You're starting to actually see where you're going. Are you starting to understand what you're meant to do? And this is what I'm about to go into right now is completely left from the topic, but it's hitting me right now though. So it's my show. I can talk about whatever I want to. That's what's been that's what's been happening with me for the past year. Happening for the past year. As most of you don't know, um almost a year, almost a year ago, I was dumped unexpectedly too. I was, maybe I shouldn't say that, but whatever. I My relationship with somebody ended almost a year ago, and it was unexpected because I thought that we were good, but clearly she wasn't happy with where our relationship was going. So she made a decision, which she was, you know, capable of doing. And after that, I was devastated. I was devastated, because I really thought that I thought I found it, right? I thought I found the one, because her and I had a lot of the similar interests. A lot of we grew up around the same type of people, grew up in the same area. So I thought I found my match, And from my point of view, I believe that I gave it everything I had. I thought I really invested me into the relationship, made a lot of sacrifices that, you were told that you had to make a relationship work. And I did that. And so when her and I broke up, I felt like a piece of me was ripped out of me. And I spiraled. I spiraled. I was low. I got real low for for a while. But looking back on it, I was never fully happy. Even before I met her, and even when I was in a relationship, I was never really happy. And the reason why I wasn't happy was due to the fact that I kept looking for outside validation. I kept looking for somebody else to give me my happiness. And so when I was with my ex, I thought that she was the one that can give me that validation. So when she left, I felt like that was it. I felt like that was, I had no, that was my last chance to find love and find somebody to call a wife or a partner or whatever. And so I went down to really, really deep, dark place because I really believe that was all I had to offer. And the fact that she wasn't satisfied with what I did, it just meant that I wasn't worth much anymore. So we broke up in May. And since from May to like August, I looking back on it, I didn't recognize who the hell I was at all. And I had no answers of what to do to move forward. I didn't care about writing books. I didn't care about being a creator anymore. I didn't care about life. I didn't care about life at all anymore. Until what started changing for me, right, was, and if you've never done this before, when you're in a place where you're trying to figure stuff out, if you're trying to come with answers, ask yourself brutally raw questions. Ask yourself raw questions. What do I mean by that? I started asking myself real ass questions. It One of the questions I asked myself that really made me start snapping out of it was, if you felt like you gave what's her face 100%, that's great. But can you honestly say that you've gave yourself 100%? Have I ever gave myself 100%? And the answer was no. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, all three of you guys watching. When I answered no, I broke down. Because for the first time ever, I finally saw that I've been shortchanging myself damn near my entire life. I've been shortchanging my abilities, my dreams, my my fire. I've been downplaying it for all my life. And yeah, I've accomplished a lot of things, but I know in my heart that I am capable of much more. But I never wanted to take the risk or take the chance to see it through. So at that moment I was broken, but then I realized that I had what it took to piece myself back together. And so I started, watching YouTube, listening to all of like the self-talk, the self-help talk, like what's his name? Simon Sect, and you got you know, E.T. I think his name is Earl. No, is it Earl? Is it Earl Thomas? So I started listening to all these positive talking gurus and stuff, and that stuff has its place. I mean, it helps to a certain extent. But really, the voice that we all need to listen to is the one inside, because that's the one that has all the answers to all the questions that you're asking. So as I started listening to those outside voices more, I started to realize that my voice was more important. And then I realized that when I looked in the mirror, and this is just me, I knew I could do better than what I was seeing in the mirror. And then for the first time, I started giving myself the chance to be better. I started giving myself I gave myself an opportunity to be the best version of myself. And I just took it one day at a time. Cause it's strange nowadays, because you see it's a microwave type atmosphere now where it's like, you gotta do it now, you gotta do it now, you gotta do it now. Hit it, get it now, grab it now, da 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 da. Like it's a frenzy, right? It's a frantic pace. You gotta be a millionaire in a week. You gotta own the block in 7 days. But life is a process. Life is structured steps that you gotta take, and it takes years. Because if you notice, a lot of people who are successful are old. And I'm not even talking about financial success. I'm talking about success in life, meaning that they lived a life that they cannot have regrets with if they did it right way and they did it by their own rules. You know, I'm in my 30s, I'm 36, so I'm relatively young. I still have time to really see things through. And I'm understanding that now more and more than ever. You know, I even came up with a mindset, a philosophy called Shango Summer. And for those who don't know, Shango is an Orisha, Western African spirituality. I'm not gonna go into it. You could Google it and look it up yourself. And Shango Summer is pretty much I sum up Shango Summer like this: I have everything I need to become who I want to be, and everything that I've been thinking about, that I've been feeling, that I've have aspirations of doing, I'm gonna do it now. And it feels dope. It feels dope doing it. Even with this show, you know, this show started for me creating Facebook posts, asking random questions, and also sharing experiences that I've had since my breakup. You know, getting back out there in the dating scene, and good reactions from people. Good connections. Reconnected with some old friends again because of the show, which I'm happy about. People really having deep conversation about their love lives and looking at it realistically. And I'm happy that I was able to be a part of their process of figuring it out. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being part of my process for becoming better. You know, almost been a year since that point. You know, so even though haven't been doing this show for that long, it has brought me a sense of achievement because a year if you were to tell me that I'll be on this program, StreamYard, I'd have made the connections I've made because of an idea that I had, which I know I've done it before, but I'm talking about in this field, like audio, video, podcast, YouTube channel. And yeah, you know. So yeah, we're back in the house. Like I say, if you would have tell me a year ago that, that I would have created an idea to talk about the many point of views for Seattle's dating scene, and I'll be able to have conversations with people that I grew up with and complete strangers, and they'll be feel comfortable enough to share their experiences with me. I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed nobody that had told me that. But now it's an amazing experience. And the reason why I'm, I guess, having this moment and sharing what I just shared with you all that are watching and those who are not. I'm not watching now, but going to watch this later. Is success is what you define. Success is how you define it. Somebody else's success is not your success. Find what brings you peace and live that life. Find what brings you joy and find it. I just discovered that I enjoy having conversations with so many I enjoy having conversations with different people and learning. 'Cause I know I goof around and I joke and I kid when I do this show, but honestly, I learn from each and every person I spoke with, whether it's on the video or whether it's through the group or whether it's DMs and text messages. this has been dope experience so far, and it hasn't really been that long. Already, I've seen the benefits, and I've seen how it's made me a better man. So, like I said before, the idea for the Seattle dating scene is trash. Is to figure out why it's not working for any of us to find the love that we feel like we deserve. And since we're in a mess, we are responsible for cleaning it up. And the real reason and the I guess the founding thought behind me starting this show was I was trying to answer that question for myself. Yeah, I was trying to find the answers for myself. And I feel like thanks to every single person that I feel like, the show has helped me get closer and closer to the answer that I'm looking for. He said, I actually told a woman what I was looking for in a wife, woman and wife. So, Larry, what are you looking for in a woman and a wife? And also, the original question was, has there ever been a time? I keep forgetting my own questions, but pretty much, what happened that made you almost give up on looking for love? That was the question. What happened in the dating scene that made you almost give up on looking for love? That's the question that was asked. Seattle dating scene is trash. And I appreciate you guys for watching and allow me to, step up my soapbox and share and open up like that. Now, if you don't mind, can we get back to the beautiful nonsense known as the Seattle dating scene is trash? So, for those that are watching right now, can you please heart this, like it? Can I see some thumbs up? Can I see some hearts? Can I see some angry faces? Can I see some sad faces? Just let me know that this is generating a reaction. So the question is, what happened that made you almost give up on looking for love in relationships in Seattle, Washington? So I did share the link to join. So if you would like to join and have a conversation to answer the question of what happened that almost made you give up on looking for love in Seattle, or just in general, what happened that almost made you give up? The link is in the comment section in the group page and also on my personal page. Let's get to talking. What happened that made you almost say, I can't do this anymore? We back in the house, son. And also, let me apologize because a couple of people did hit me up and say, "Where the hell was I?" And I want to say my bad that I did go AWOL and not I wasn't as active on the group for the past couple of weeks because, like I said, I've been busy. A lot of good things have been happening to me, like a lot of um had a voice acting gig that I had to do, and also too, I didn't promote it, but I was planning on doing like a surprise live, but my car broke down. You know how that is. But we're here now. We're good to go. Seattle dating scene is trash. We'll get back into the mix. So I said, what happened that almost made you give up on love? What happened? And also, how long ago was it? And was it your fault? Yeah, bro, I was looking like a crackhead waiting for this. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Younger. But Younger, let me ask you, what happened what happened that almost made you give up on looking for love or looking for relationships? What happened? Like I said, what happened to me was talking to this woman on Hinge, and she told me that her husband was getting out in January 2024, and she wanted to get out her wildness before he came back home, and that just struck me the wrong way. So, Younger, please share. Let's see, Larry. Larry says, in a nutshell, I'm looking for a woman who is humble but wants to finer things in life, supportive and likes to go to the gym because I'm about to start going. What are the finer things in life, according to you, Larry? What does that mean? What are the finer things in life? Let's see. Yeah. So let's get back to it. Join the conversation, please. I'm going to reintroduce the link to click on. Good evening, Pamela. Happy for you to join us. Are y'all not open to coming up to have a talking conversation versus? Yeah, no, I don't know. I think people are intimidated by me or something, Pamela. I don't know. But Pamela, you're a fan favorite. If you want to join on, I mean, I know you're married, but prior to you finding your honey bunny, was there ever a time where you almost gave up on looking for love? And if so, what happened? Let's see. My last relationship, the female used a kid as a way to hurt me. Almost gave up on women with kids. I never gave up on love. Ooh, that's a big one. Yeah, that kid, especially when you got a vindictive person that knows that you, especially if the kid's not yours, and if that person is a sneaky snake and knows that you love their child, they really can use that stuff to hurt you. Why do people do that, man? That is wicked. That is so wicked. And that's what happened with the relationship I got out of. The one that I was mentioning earlier. She had a daughter the same age as my daughter, and I loved her kid. We was actually talking about doing the whole family stuff. We was hanging out as a family. They was calling each other sisters, and when we broke up, there wasn't even a conversation to sit our girls down and talk to them about the process. It was crazy. Well, hello there.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, Pamela.
Can you hear
Good.
me okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear you just fine. Thank
Okay,
you for joining the show. I don't know
you're
if you
welcome.
missed my confessional earlier,
I
but if you
did. What did I miss?
no, I was kind of explaining the whole process of me starting this show and me why I really created doing like why I started doing the Seattle Dating Scene is Trash in the first place. It was boring and emotional. You didn't miss much. Don't worry about it. Sorry, nah.
Okay.
So I know that you're married. I know that you're happy. You got your little honey bunny and all that stuff.
hmm
But I'm talking about the old Pamela when I'm asking this question.
Before I got saved?
Before you got saved, yeah, before you found the God, the Lord. So
Yeah.
what happened that made you almost give up on looking for love?
I hit rock bottom.
Mm.
So I used to hang out with a group that was pretty much for the streets. And I used to go to Tia I used to frequent Tia Lou's and wherever this other crowd used to go that I used to hang out with.
Hmm.
And we would frequent, I don't know, like three different nightclubs. And
In one night?
no, not always in one night. Sometimes we'd start in one place, end at another place, and
Okay.
then we would go to someone's house and all hang out at the end of the night. But it was just wasn't meeting the right people. Like they were just looking for a good time and that was it. And then I wanted to find like an actual relationship. But it
Uh-huh.
was just like fuck boy after fuck boy after fuck boy. And I was just like I was like, I was up late one night and I was on Instagram or something and there was like a post and I don't remember what the context was, but it was just like something that just really really hit home for me.
Mhm.
And I was starting to hit rock bottom and I was just like I'm done looking for relationships and I'm done trying because it's just the same thing over and over. So I was like, I'm just not gonna do this anymore. So I just gave in one day, and then I was like, I'm just gonna focus on um, my personal development, focus on taking care of my daughters, and then focus on chasing after the bag. And then I just started to slowly change my lifestyle.
Okay. Now, when you said rock bottom, what does that mean? Were you doing
It was
drugs or
like
something?
I just felt myself not progressing.
Okay.
I was plateauing.
Mhm.
And
So no drugs.
sometimes no, it wasn't
Okay.
drugs. It
Okay.
wasn't because of drugs. It was just that my life wasn't going anywhere.
Okay.
Like I was having a lot of fun, but it wasn't like it wasn't it wasn't taking me where I wanted to be.
Right. You keep going to the club, you keep seeing the same people at the club and stuff all the time,
Yeah,
and
and
it
it
just
was fun
started
while it lasted, but it's
right.
like there's so much more to life than just going to the club.
Okay. So it sounded
And
like
then
it was just a series of events that led you to that point. So there wasn't a actual moment or like a situation that happened that made you
I
like,
don't think so. I think it was just because I was tired and I was up really late and scrolling through Instagram and then something like really hit me and
you don't
then
remember what it was?
no, I don't. Like I want to try to go and find it, but I just like I read it and then I wrote a comment on it and then like my comment was super super long and it was pretty much me like hitting my rock bottom. And then after I hit the post of my comment, I went back and I was just like something has to change because this
Mm.
is not what I'm doing is not working.
Man, I wish you remember what this post
I know, me
was.
too. Because sometimes I want to go back to it because that's when like I really, really hit rock bottom, and I don't have it documented.
Right. Was it
I
like
mean, it's
a
out there somewhere, but I just don't know
yeah.
where.
Yeah, everything on the internet is forever. Was it
Yeah.
like a motivational speech? Was it
I
a
think I was just pouring everything out. Like it was
okay.
really, really emotional.
Mm.
Yeah.
What year was this?
It was probably 2016, maybe.
Mm. I don't know why it seems like a lot of people's pivotal year was 2016 for some reason. Like
That's interesting.
I'm talking about like, from people I have conversations with, it's like a lot of things happened, good or bad, in 2016. It's almost like 2016 was like here and it could went that way or that. I don't know. So okay, 2016. What was going on in 2016? Vine was still a thing, I think.
I
Was Vine
don't
still going?
remember. It was even though it was like 5 years ago, I don't remember because it was like before what I know now.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things that have changed though.
Okay. So you said fuck boy after fuck boy.
Yeah,
All right. So I know
because
that
because I thought I was the only option and I wasn't.
I don't mean to laugh like that, but my bad. Like gets them every time, boy.
Yeah,
So
the competition is real.
yeah, it's a competitive dating market, but
Yeah.
and what I'm starting to realize, not to sidetrack from the original conversation, dating has created this false sense of entitlement to where people feel like they are the main character of everybody's story.
Mhm.
And so when you saying like, I thought I was the only one, which of course they shouldn't have lied to you about it. But if you, I'm not talking about you in person, I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
If you continuously attract or date the same type of person, you have to expect what comes with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with fuck boys, the
You're
fuck
right.
boys that you dated, if you could, okay, so what's a fuck boy? What's describe the fuck boys that you were dating
Well,
in Seattle?
they're all like they're all good looking and They are um since they are so good looking, they have so many options available.
Hmm.
And then I just was like thinking that I could change one of them.
You try to fix a bum. Okay.
I was trying to tame a lion.
Okay, you try to tame lions. Okay.
Yes.
So what were their jobs or occupations, or what do they do career wise?
Um, I
Majority
think
of them.
sales.
Sales?
Yeah.
Were they T-Mobile salesmen?
No.
Okay.
One of them, he worked at a gym.
Mm,
Another one, he worked actually, that one was not in sales. He was like some kind of techie, but very well off. And yeah, so that's what they're high value men.
so they made like six figures?
Yeah, so they were like top of the company performance.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So what made them fuck boys then?
Because they all messed up.
Oh, so they're fuck boys because they messed up with you.
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
I would find out,
Oh, okay.
and it's just like I wasn't down for that
Okay.
because
And
I wasn't out there like that. I
so what do you
was I was what's the word I'm looking for? I was exclusive and they weren't.
oh, so you were monogamous and they were
Yeah.
poly.
Yeah, but and then it's just crazy because I know that um they had a lot of options, but then we never had the conversation of whether we were going to be exclusive or not.
You never had a conversation with them?
No.
So then what made you expect it then if you never had a conversation?
I
Back
I
then.
was just trying to change them, but when it came up was when I found out. When I would be like, I would be the one to bring it up and be like, "So, what is this? What are we doing?"
And that's after you caught him with somebody else?
No, no, no. That's how I would catch it. Is
Oh.
when they would come out and then tell me, and I'm just like, "So, I guess I should have asked sooner or what?" But it just it just started to become a trend, and then I was just like, I just need to change what I'm doing, and then I was just like, oh, scrap it, I'm just not going to do it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what lesson from your end, right? Like what did you learn about yourself to make sure that you didn't attract the fuck boys again?
I just started to change who I was surrounding myself with
Mm,
because of the group that I was hanging out. Those are the type of guys that were in those groups. And then like the last one was, I thought, going to be different, but he was just not. He kind of was, but wasn't.
what do you mean? Explain, please.
Because he was like, he was more exclusive
Mm,
because he was not as loud as the others, but he was popular.
okay.
And then, and then I just uh, I couldn't change him because he was just too far into the scene.
Why do I feel like there's more to it than you want to
There is
reveal?
a lot more to
Come
it.
on. I mean, 'cause like I said, the shows to help understand.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
what
then
else?
so then it's just vetting them better. And then when I was changing my atmosphere, it was the different type of people that I surrounded myself with. So people who were going to the same place that I wanted to go to. And then that's when I switched over to focusing on building my network marketing business. And
Hmm.
then my husband had joined the network marketing business like not very long into it when I heard about him,
Hmm.
and he was just like running and he was on fire. And so I was like, I need to talk to him so that he can
Hmm.
tell me how to get my business going the way his business is
I remember
going.
the story.
Yeah, and so that's when it changed because throughout the times that I was like out going out with people at the club and stuff, I was still kind of like doing my side hustle with the network marketing business, but I wasn't as serious. And everybody that I was dating, I would let them know that I was doing it, but nobody agreed with it. And so I
Hmm.
was like, I think the only way I'm going to find someone who is more solid for me is to find someone who's like minded and is going where I'm going. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
yeah.
your atmosphere and in your environment is a big part of the people that
Yeah,
you
yeah, because
attract.
they all have the same values and are like-minded and are all about personal growth and development versus the other crowd, like they were cool people, but they were just all about partying and that was it.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So you don't party no more.
Nope.
No,
I
you don't.
really don't.
So you just settled in, huh?
Yeah.
So I have to keep pushing because I feel like there's more to it with the fuckboys outside of them being in sales.
Uh-huh.
What other things that they did or how they behaved that made them fuckboys outside of them
Because
their
like
treatment of
they
you?
are way more flirtatious, so they use their looks as an advantage. And so, like, initially, I would just go with it because I wasn't insecure about it. And I knew that even though they were like trying to flirt with these other girls, I was like, I look better than them and I bring more to the table. So you can flirt all you want, but you're not going anywhere.
Right. So they
But
flirt with other girls in front of you.
yeah. And then I would just let it slide because I was like, because they're gonna come home with me anyways, and it's just for this moment. We're not gonna see them again, so it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why
So
did you
my
think you allow why did you allow that? Or why did you
Because
didn't say
I
anything?
just I just had the confidence of knowing that they were gonna come back home to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then after it just wasn't as serious as I thought or wanted it to be was when I was starting to discover that this is not where I want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most egregious act of that? Like when somebody flirted in front of you, like what was like, wow, he really did this or said this in front of me?
Um hmm I'm trying to remember what happened. I guess when it was like we were away at a weekend getaway beach house with a big group,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like one girl that he kept flirting with,
Mm.
and it was I think it was her boyfriend's birthday weekend. And like they just kept flirting and flirting and flirting. And then on top of that, he was already um texting another girl that weekend. So I was already like on edge about him texting someone else, and he was trying to tell me that he wasn't texting her in the way that I thought they were talking, but he was on his phone the whole time I was driving, and we drove to like I think it was Oregon or something.
Okay.
And then he kept flirting with this other girl the whole weekend. And then I think it was like Sunday evening when I finally broke and I was just like, this whole weekend, you guys, blah, 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 blah. And then like I said it in front of everybody and nobody said anything because they saw it too, but then they were just, I guess, too scared to say something out loud. But
Right.
I tried to talk to him about it and confront him about it, but he just I don't know, he just didn't care anymore. And so when we got home, I was like, "We can't I'm not gonna be with you anymore."
Right. What was her boyfriend doing? You said that she was there for her boyfriend's weekend, the woman he was
He
flirting
was
with.
just partying because it was his birthday weekend.
So he didn't notice that his
No, because
homeboy and his girl.
he didn't really pay attention to her like that. Because he was just so busy having fun with the boys and everybody else. It was like I think it was a group of like 12 of us or something like that.
Boy, that's a hell of an environment.
Yeah.
Okay. That is
Yeah.
egregious. And you said it was
Because
in Oregon.
I had to watch it and then I was like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? And then I let it happen again to really make sure that I was seeing what I was seeing so that I can actually have something solid to bring up when I actually blew up about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that. That's
No problem.
hey
The
man.
past is the past.
The past
So
is the past. You're right.
yeah,
You know, you change, you're not
I
change,
learned
but
from it after
you
that.
learn from
After
it.
that, I was just like, I don't know if I'll ever put up with that again. And yeah, because I thought that I could change him and he could be exclusive, but then no. And then after we broke up, he knows my husband too. And so
Mm.
I think he reached out to me or I reached out to him after I got married to my husband and stuff about something. And then he just said congratulations to us and what have you.
Oh, that's
And
mature.
then he said that he apologized because he was just really fucked up back then. And I was like, yeah, you were. And he just needed to be on meds. Like he just
Was he
was not.
like he had a mental disorder or emotional
He
distress?
just had really bad ADHD that really needed to be tamed. And so that's why I couldn't tame him.
So, fellas, we have a new excuse now for why we be cheating to say that you got a severe
No,
case of
because if you saw
ADHD.
the way he was and the way he is now, it's totally different.
Right. So, fellas, to say, tell a girl, hey, girl, I got severe ADHD and I just need my medication. Otherwise, I can't keep. There you go. Thank you,
It
Pamela, for creating an
is
excuse
totally
for
different
cheating.
because he was like, I guess it's the stages are when you get manic and you just can't control it unless you take medication, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Manic ADHD.
Mhm.
Man, that's a new one for me. So, you sure it wasn't because he saw how good you were looking in the wedding dress and how you're glowing and blossoming? He's gonna hit you with the "Hey stranger"
Oh
text, and
no,
he was
he
like,
wasn't like
ah
that.
man.
No, he wasn't like that.
No,
He I think he would be too scared.
no, you better be. Shoot,
Yeah.
play with that. That's wife stuff now. Don't be playing that game. You see what Will Smith
Yeah.
did? Will Smith, Will Smith
Oh my
slapping people.
gosh. That
Did
has
you?
like that has brought up so many different sides of people, and it's causing, I feel like, more division than COVID did, and that's
It.
unfortunate.
Ooh, it's the Will Smith slap is more divisive than COVID.
Yeah, because
Oh.
like people are siding on this side and that side, and then other sides of people that we didn't know was there is coming out, and it's either worse or it's just coming out again and it was hidden.
Right. No, it's definitely a lot of people are using this situation to push a personal agenda
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with what actually happened.
Yeah,
It's
and I'm
funny.
just like, you can't please everybody. It
Right.
just is what it is.
So what are your thoughts about it?
I that's what I posted. I was like, you can't please everybody. It is what it is. And so I literally posted, I put you can't please everybody, and then I wrote, Chris was trying to tell a joke to make people laugh. Some people laughed, some people didn't. And then Will Smith went and slapped him. Some people agreed with it, some people didn't. Will Smith apologized, and some people agreed with that, some people didn't. And whether you do what you think is right, somebody's gonna think it's wrong. So you can't
Mhm.
please everybody. And then I said that some people are going to agree with my post and some people won't, and I'm okay with that because you can't please everybody. So
Such a politician.
yeah, like some people just want to be out there and put their long post on like what their thoughts are and what they think was wrong, what
Psychoanalyzing,
they
yeah.
think was right, and I'm just like, it's not going to change anything. Oh, and that's another thing that I put in the post is that if you really want to go out and change the world and make this place a better place, instead of going out and pointing fingers at everybody else, you got to start with you and your household
Mhm.
before you go out and point fingers and change somebody else.
Yeah.
It starts with you.
No, it definitely does. What I'm getting a kick out of, even though it's not funny, but it's hilarious, like, looking at it, is how people are so quick to shame others that don't agree with them.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah,
noticed and I
like they're
yeah,
perfect themselves.
right. It's like
I'm perfect, so I'm gonna shame you. But
right. "Oh, that must mean that you think that all da
yeah,
da" it's like, "Yo, it's"
and who are you to judge?
right. So,
You just
yeah.
sit there and shake your head. and or pull up with the popcorn and
Just watch.
watch it.
Yeah, because of course everybody had an initial response when they watched it. Because
Yeah,
I put a post
definitely.
too. I post about what I felt about it and just left it at that. Like, and I hope people understand when I post stuff. 9 times out of 10, I may not respond to what you're saying in my post because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get into a conversation with you online because there's no context to what you and I are saying, so things could get misconstrued.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and
Especially if it's text versus talking.
exactly, and if you really feel that strong about it, just hit up in my DMs and we can talk
Yeah.
about it. If you
Yeah.
really want to talk about it
Yeah.
versus trying to engage in a conversation with me on my
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once I realized that, like, it's funny. Like when I started doing the Seattle dating scene is trash post, when I would say stuff and then people want to have a conversation with me on the comments, and I'm like, just DM me. Or if it's somebody who knows me, has my phone number, I'm like, if you really feel this strong about it, just call me.
sometimes sometimes I like having the conversations with the people in the comments because other people are going to read it too,
Yeah.
and it might do something for someone else.
Yeah, that's true.
It
Yeah, I
might
look at it like
like
that.
because that's the whole point of doing the comments is throwing each other's perspectives out there for people to see both sides and form their own opinion after seeing what I think about it and after seeing someone else who has an opposing side from me says about it, and then they can go from there and decide how they feel about it, and hopefully they chime in too to give us a different perspective if they have one, because I'm open to it, but not everybody is open to responding. So,
No, people are just they sling mud, and it's
hmm
just like, you know, it doesn't even make it fun to even have like
yeah,
a
sometimes
very
it's like, oh, you're not going to respond after I said, like, maybe I said too much and that was too harsh, but
right.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We're all adults, and if they don't want to respond, they don't want to respond. But at the end of the day, it's just like, it's really to start a conversation to get their thoughts going and try to get a different perspective.
Exactly. Well, Pamela, I appreciate you very much.
What is
So
full? I am almost done.
that's just a random title I chose to
Oh,
name this show. That's
I was
all.
wondering about that. I was like, oh, I guess we gotta get on to find out what full I'm almost done is all
Right, because
about.
I almost reached a point this week where I was done dating. Right. Um, I got back on Hinge, which is a dating app.
Uh
Got
huh.
on there and I started talking to this woman who was mixed, and she told me that her husband is in prison or jail, whatever, right now, and he gets out in January 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And she's never known anything outside of him. Like she's never dated nobody else. He was a high school sweetheart, all that stuff. So before he came home to prison, she wanted to live her
Best life.
fantasy, yeah, her best life and be out here in these streets,
Yeah.
like hardcore stuff. And that almost made me like, I am cool because I'm not trying to get in a situation where I could get beat up, shot, or stabbed because
Yeah, that's the first thing that I thought of. Like, you
yeah,
don't want to be a part of that entanglement.
no, it take
You got a kid.
you got a kid. I ain't trying to put her in danger. Hell no. So that's why I was like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm about to
you
just
don't want to have to watch your back everywhere you go.
nah. I'm good right now. I'm good right now. I'm glad
Yeah,
that I'm happy that my name ain't out here in the streets like that. Like I'm
yeah,
really happy that I've done a good job with keeping my business, even though I be
yeah,
gossiping about my shit on here,
yeah,
but I'm happy that I'm not out there like that I know of. I don't know if people be talking about me,
yeah.
uh but yeah,
I
so
would tell you if I knew, and I
if you
haven't
know,
heard.
yeah, it's like okay, good. So my name is still clean, almost. So yeah, so that was the idea. So I just came up with Fool. Of course, it's April Fool's Day too. So I was trying to,
Mhm.
that's the where the title came from.
Yeah, I agree with Younger. Calls
Like
in the comments or text that allows me to think about what the person said. And another thing is that it allows me to think before I speak.
mm-hmm. You get
because I'll read it and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't choose those words.
you're right. Be having a whole paragraph. Like, you know what?
Yeah, and then you delete the whole thing.
I ain't
and
gonna
start
say that. That's
over.
gonna cause more
Yeah.
issues. And then when you get off, like, dang, I did that. Like, oh man, I had a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I say that more? Especially when it comes to relationships, because I'm starting to realize when it comes to dating relationships, there isn't a right answer. Everybody is wrong, right? Men versus women, women versus men, and then you got the whole this conversations in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially like you said with the whole Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. One will agree with this way, other people disagree with this way. And it's like there's not a right answer. And then you got people who are psychoanalyzing different like
You know why? Because they have time. That's why they do it.
right. And also this system entitlement, like your voice is really that important to where you're creating
who are you again?
Right. And you're creating a long ass post with bullet points. Like I never
work at the library.
Right. And you got a post psychoanalyzing Will Smith and Chris Rock, and you got bullet points in a first I don't understand, like bullet points in a Facebook post is like that's entitled.
They're sitting at their computer.
One bullet point. You know, Microsoft Word, you know what I'm saying? So,
copy paste.
I'm gonna edit this too. Edit it to make sure everybody so and that's why I think you should just get to the point where you can relate to what somebody is saying and for understanding versus trying to convince people why they're wrong. And why you're right. So and I'm happy you guys enjoy it. I'm happy you guys like these conversations. I really don't see too many people having them.
I try to find like other people to invite to the page that are single and dating too, who post like similar posts and topics of conversations that you guys talk about.
Yeah.
And I invited some people, but they've been quiet. They just like the post, but they don't say nothing. And I'm like,
I know. I mean, noticing that. I'm like,
own page,
right? And also,
and I invite you to come to this page, and you're just hiding behind your keyboard, just reading. And
right, because I'm an admin on the page. I can see how many people saw the page.
Yeah.
Like it'd be having 2 comments, but 50 people
seen and 1 like.
Like, what are you like? Okay, I know
Y'all
you saw
just
this.
Looked at it and scrolled, didn't bother to
Right, right. Like 60 seen.
Yeah.
2 laughs. And it's like, but
only 2 people thought it was funny.
Like what? What's going on? Engage. Let's build. Let's grow.
Yeah.
Right. If your intent, because my whole thing with the dating scene is trash. So like I said, I really genuinely want people to find love eventually, but I want them to be realistic in the love that they actually can get versus the love that they feel like they want. And now more than ever, we're delusional as hell. Because everybody wants to make people actually comment and have conversation. Yeah, I know, and I appreciate you guys. Like Younger, Reggie, Angela, Andreas,
Dre Franklin.
Yeah, Dre. Yeah, Dre does too. Like I appreciate you guys for keeping the conversations going.
Yeah, and there are a couple of women too.
Yeah. You know, they do something off sometimes, you know. Amber sometimes says something, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
but
the 80 and 90 other people, like, what are you doing? Like,
they're just reading it. They're sitting there with their popcorn.
Right. Waiting to see what's trash out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, K too. K, the painter.
Yeah,
she's dope. She says stuff. But yeah, like I said, I genuinely want to help people think about, okay, I'm looking for love. I'm in my late 30s, early 40s. The way I thought about this isn't working. So why isn't it working? And what can I do to change it? So that's really what I want. Oh, that's the overall mission. That's the overall mission of what this thing is about.
Yeah, that's why I joined, because I was like, I'm not single, but
you can help because you got what everybody wants. Right. And you got everything that people apparently want. You have a marriage, you have love, you have a life partnership.
Yeah, and it is really more challenging right now because did you watch the Ali Wong stand-up, the most recent one on Netflix?
I need to watch it.
Oh, okay.
I need to watch it.
Well, there's one part where she says that the dating scene is trash.
She's stolen gimmick infringement. Okay, I could sue
And
her.
she said that her divorced friends are the ones who are telling her about how trashed it is. Yeah.
It's like, are you experiencing that too? Do you have any friends that are divorced or single that are filling your head up?
No, my friends are married.
Oh, say, look at you keeping your circle
Yeah,
strong.
I mostly keep friendships with married people. I mean, I have friends who are single too, but I'm not as close to them as my friends who are married because I find that you should consult more with others who are in the same boat as you. I don't think that a single person should give advice to a married person. It would be different if they were single because they used to be married, then you take it with wisdom.
Hmm.
But if they are single and are not married and you are married and they're trying to give you advice, you kind of have to be cautious about it because you don't know, especially from a woman, if the intentions are good behind what advice they're giving you. I can't
Hmm.
speak for the men because my with how my husband has told me it's different because um usually when men give advice to each other, it's sort of like a panel, but with women, we sometimes consult as a panel too, but the way that women's consult on a panel, you don't know who's a snake out there.
Right.
And with men, it's not really like that. They're really just there giving you, trying to give you advice. So my husband was like trying to ask me the other day, like, why don't you have a lot of close friends like you used to? And it's like, well, it's harder with women because we are emotional and don't think logically like men, where it's like straight. And there are just so many snakes out there, you just don't know who to trust.
Right.
It's
And you're not even
it's
trying to play
really
that
hard.
game either to even fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like and and it's challenging even now still because, I used to, let people in and get close, and then I got bit, and then I was just like, I have to be more careful, so I'm willing to start over again and, let more people in, but now I just have to be, like, way, way more careful.
Mm. Words of wisdom. Watch who you have around you. Snake
Yeah,
bitten.
yeah,
That makes sense though. Like I said, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your input and your commentary.
yeah, I
And we're
appreciate you
gonna
having the show.
right. And we're gonna keep I'm gonna get it popping again because I know I lacked off for the last couple of weeks because I just been busy with other ventures. I yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
getting your, what is it called, summer?
Shango Summer. Yeah.
Well, trying to get your Shango summer
Oh yeah,
running.
it's popping. It's gonna be marvelous. Like,
Yeah.
there's got a whole bunch of
I
stuff
was
coming
like,
down the
"Oh, I
pipe.
know he's busy. He's posting all these other, workout videos. That's what he's busy with,
Yeah.
because he ain't posting about his books lately or
I
nothing
haven't.
else."
Yeah, I know. I'm slacking on the literary stuff, man.
Ah.
And that's my passion too, is storytelling as well. So I
Mhm.
gotta. It's just organizing my madness. I just gotta organize my madness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back on this
And
thing
I
now.
know there's a method to it, so
Hmm.
you'll get it down.
Exactly. I appreciate that. So Pamela, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna cut this show short because I have to actually get something going in an hour.
Oh,
So
alright. Well, thank you for having me on. Y'all have a good night.
good night. Appreciate you. And yeah. So, like I just mentioned, I'm going to wrap the show up early, or yeah, early, because usually you go for 2 hours or an hour and a half, 45 minutes, but we'll wrap it up early tonight because I just realized what time it was and I have something else to do in an hour. So, with that being said, this is Seattle Dating Scene is Trash. I am your host, Jeffrey Lee Cheatham II. Please join us on our Facebook, IG, and YouTube at Seattle Dating Scene is Trash. Join the group, share your beautiful nonsense in the Seattle dating scene. And if you're looking for something to do tonight, Communion is bringing back late night. Kickback vibes, drinks, food, people, music, good times, and all that stuff. So if you got something you need to get into tonight, come to Communion's late nights. It's on 24th and Union. I don't know the exact address, but just get on Union and drive towards 24th Street, and you'll run right into Communion. So do that. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys. And I want to once again apologize for not giving you all my love and affection and attention lately. But baby, I've been busy working, trying to make things work, trying to make things happen. And with that being said, this is Seattle Dating Scene is Trash. I am your host, Jeffrey Lee Cheatham II. And to all of you, have a good night. And I hope to see you at communion tonight.